was my home. Bleach, bleach, bleach.
Dillon Danis actually has something wrong with him. I've never seen someone so addicted to maintaining a certain image on social media, and that's saying something in today's day and age. I understand he had some bad injuries and surgeries that kept him out of fighting for a few years, and I was excited for his rise when he was in Bellator and just a young prospect. Like, he submitted his first two opponents in the first round. Yes, not the best opponents, but who cares? It still made me excited to watch his rise. And then those knee injuries happen and the surgeries, and that's just unfortunate. That whole timeline, he was injured, he did get surgeries. It is what it is. That kind of killed his momentum. Like, when you can't fight, it's not your fault that you don't fight. Maybe he could have came back earlier, but it is what it is. But then he did come back to fight Logan Paul in boxing instead of returning to his MMA career. But hey, at least he's back nonetheless. So he builds this Logan Paul fight in a very disrespectful way. Some say anything goes, some think it's crossing the line. But the bottom line is he got people very invested in watching this fight. And I was definitely one of them. And, obviously you've all seen it. Dillon talking about Logan's fiance for a month straight on Twitter. A little excessive, but that's what he decided to do. So it is what it is. Anyway, he built a lot of hype for the fight and made everyone interested. And Dillon's obviously not a boxer, and Logan really isn't one either. But I guess he has more experience and he's bigger. And he was a heavy favorite going into it. But when the fight started and I saw Logan in there, he really didn't look that good. I think a lot of people have it wrong. I've seen a lot of people's opinions, and a lot of people are saying that Logan looked really good. He beat up Dillon really bad, but I kind of disagree. I don't think Logan looked very good. But you got Dillon doing his weird hands-up strategy, or he's just not throwing a punch to keep his guard up. And what I thought, at least, was he was trying to tire Logan out. I thought Dillon was going to do that for maybe the first 2 or 3 rounds, and then he'd start unloading. I didn't think that was a bad strategy either. Yeah, I thought that was a good strategy if that was actually what he was going to do. But he didn't. He just kept his hands up the whole fight. He was basically just a punching bag for Logan. And it was so frustrating to watch because I just wanted to see a fight, along with a lot of other people too. And the most frustrating part about it is whenever Dillon actually threw, he was connecting. And he connected with some pretty good punches. They showed on the replay. Again, he didn't throw much. But when he did, he was connecting, but he just barely threw. So it just didn't work. No one really noticed and talked about that because he just barely threw. But yeah, again, he was catching Logan with some clean shots. And I found when Logan was throwing, pretty early at least, it wasn't doing a whole lot to Dillon because he just had the guard up. And it was just sloppy, and he was leaving his feet when he was punching. And I just don't think Logan looked very good. He didn't look very different from the last time we saw him in there, I don't think. But again, Dillon just made him look good because he wouldn't throw a punch. But yeah, I just think Dillon has a crazily unhealthy obsession with social media. And he's just obsessed with the way he's portrayed on there. And a lot of people have that, with all these influencers and stuff. But he has it to a crazy degree that I've never even seen before. And he's not even really an influencer. He's a fighter. That's what he's supposed to be, at least. But he seems like he just cares more about the social media image than actually fighting now. And I think that's a transition that happened during the time he was injured, which is, it's sad to see. And, he did talk about his mental problems and all the things going on in his life, and I get that. But I don't think, trading that passion you have for fighting for obsession with social media is the right way to go about that. But who knows, maybe he's making a lot of money from it. It's obviously easier than fighting, but he's also said he wants to get back to it. So I still would like to see the UFC sign him. I think it's a win-win for the UFC. There's no hurt to the company for signing him, I don't think. He's going to bring eyeballs no matter what. And if he loses, it's whatever. You can cut him or you can give him another fight. Or if he wins, then you have a star. The performance against Logan definitely dropped the stock of Dillon, but he still has some buzz, and a lot more buzz than a lot of the guys on the UFC roster. It's so funny too to see how everybody just loved him at one point. Everybody hated him, like forever, like for years, and then they loved him because of this Nina thing, and now they hate him because of the performance, which I completely understand. It's very frustrating. Like, it's very frustrating to watch a fight and then they don't fight. It's, you know, it's the most annoying thing. But yeah, anyways, we'll see what happens with them. Again, I'm hoping the UFC signs him. I hope he gets back to fighting at least in any organization. In MMA, preferably. I don't really want to see him box again. And I think I speak for most of the people out there. Yeah, you know, get off social media a little bit. Stop caring so much. Get back to fighting. That's what I'd like to see. But we'll see what happens. Bye.